Don't know where to start. How about in the Bronx, where Aaron Boone moved Jazz Chisum to second base? What was behind the decision, and is this for the remainder? Good morning.
Lauren, good morning. This is certainly for the foreseeable future that Jazz Chisum is back now to second base, back in the middle of the diamond. He is very, very comfortable there. And this move has a lot to do with the health of his shoulder. He's been dealing with some shoulder issues with the longer throw from third base. So the Yankees believe that medically and from a performance standpoint, they'll get the best version out of Jazz Chisum while playing second base. So Jazz moves to second, effective as of last night. Peraza was over at third base last night. DJ LeMahieu now moves into more of a reserve role. I think the physical positioning of third base it's probably a little bit too taxing on DJ at this moment in time. There you see DJ's numbers so far this season. The average has been solid, not as much power certainly as you used to see from DJ in the years of his prime. And I think Brian Hoke's story at MLB.com is very illustrative as well about the big picture here for the New York Yankees, that with Jazz Chisum moving back to second base, Peraza temporarily over at third, this really underscores where the Yankees' need is positionally, that perhaps we'll see them make a move for a Ryan McMahon. Eugenio Suarez, his name has been out there too. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa could potentially come back to the Bronx where he's played before. Nolan Arenado's name has been in and out of trade rumors for a long time. So it does appear, Lauren, that this move crystallizes the Yankees' need for an everyday third baseman at the deadline.
I was impressed last season when he was willing to play third when he hadn't played there before. We will see. What is the next 3 weeks look like for the Boston Red Sox? They are playing exciting baseball. They're a fun watch. If you had to project out the number one move they will make at the deadline, what's the first thing they do? You're smiling. What do you got?
Well, I'll say this, Lauren. They could be a buy and sell posture with a focus on adding a longer-term arm to the starting rotation. And the man that the Red Sox and a number of teams in the major leagues are monitoring at the least right now, Joe Ryan of the Minnesota Twins. Ryan has been excellent so far this season. The hitters of the American League, Lauren, it's as if they're saying, this aggression will not stand, man. And yet he keeps going. He keeps amping it up. That was for Robert, by the way.
Happy about that.
Joe Ryan has already, I think he's one of the best starting pitchers in the American League, and he's only getting better. Now, here is what you see with the Red Sox currently. Buehler, notably, is on an expiring contract, of course. Giolito has had injury issues in the past. This, to me, says there is a spot now in this rotation for one more impact arm, and the Red Sox have some controllable pieces to move both in the minor leagues and potentially at the major league level, too. Who could that be? Well, how about Jarren Duran? And here's why Duran is interesting. He is under control for multiple years in the future, very similar to what Joe Ryan's contractual control is actually. And with the arrival now of Roman Anthony, you could potentially have a Red Sox outfield of Anthony, Abreu, and Rafaela in center field, which could make Duran, who's very, very dependable, reliable. He leads actually the American League right now in plate appearances, in at-bats. Jarren Duran posts. And not to necessarily say that this would be the deal, Ryan, for Duran, but the Twins, a team that have needed guys that post consistently, Duran would fit very nicely for the long term in a lineup like what the Twins have. So again,
you bite your tongue on Duran. You're not making.
This is not.
Okay.
I know, Lauren. I'm not putting 2 and 2 together and getting 10, but these are just scenarios where the Red Sox, hey, when you've already traded Rafael Devers, Lauren, what's one more consistent everyday player who's been an all-star in the past in Jarren Duran? So it's going to be a busy month of July indeed for Craig Breslow and company.
And for you, my friends, to sleep fast, take a nap. The Red Sox on that cusp. We know where the Dodgers are, and Tyler Glass now back on a big league mound for the first time since April. He said yesterday had those normal jitters getting back on the mound. What's the expectation for him?
Really interesting, Lauren. I think that Glass now, based on what he was able to do in the minor leagues, he pitched into the 5th inning last time around in his minor league start. I would expect that general range is something that Glass now could get to. And let's be clear, the Dodgers need him right now. They have lost 5 games in a row. They're playing against a very tough Brewers team today, this will be Glasnow's first major league start since the end of April. So Glasnow, in a number of different ways, is, I think, one of the more key people in this Dodger rotation. And this is a comparison that I wanted to make here. This was the trade that went down right around the time the Dodgers signed Ohtani. They make the move with the Rays. Well, in many ways, look at that spread in terms of innings pitched. Ryan Pepio, who went to the Rays in that deal, has in some ways outperformed Glasnow. He's been able to post more often, a lower ERA, more innings, more games, comparable whip. So Glasnow has, I think, a lot to show coming forward with the deal he signed with the Dodgers. It was the right deal at the time. We saw last year Glasnow make the All-Star game. He clearly is still very, very talented. But this is now about that time where he's going to have to deliver in a big way for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
And Dodgers trying to snap a mini 5-game slide. Draft is Sunday. Can't wait. You always have your eye on someone. Who has caught your attention, my friend?
Kaisen Witherspoon of the Oklahoma Sooners. He is going to be drafted, I believe, very high in the first round. What a talented young man. I was able to watch some video of his stuff. He has got a mid to high 90s fastball, a 91-mile-an-hour cutter, a great breaking ball, and elite mentality. I had a great conversation today with Skip Johnson, who is the amazing head coach of the Sooners, about how Kaisen took so many steps forward this season in his preparation, the mental approach, the ability to take things one pitch at a time. And when you take elite skill like this and pair it with a championship mentality that Kaisen has. His brother Malachi, also a member of the Sooners, and is also a high-level draft candidate this year as well. So a tremendous story for the Witherspoon family. His mother Meg raised both boys. Just an amazing family story all the way around. So we'll be watching Kaisen drafted very early indeed, Lauren, at the draft Sunday on MLB Network.
I can't wait. Dreams will be made right here on the network on Sunday. JP Morosi with the very latest on the Inside Corner.